Can we start the show? Because she ain't paying for nothing.
I ain't paying for nothing. I'm just living my
including
life.
my time.
I'm living my
And
life
I won't
like
waste
it's
no more
golden.
of it.
I'm about to teach
I'd
people
like to sell
how
it.
to save money by not paying for anything.
Girl, that's called prison time.
You can't buy something. You can't-
Welcome to Diva Court season number 2.
Did you miss us?
We're back.
Definitely back.
And we're better than ever.
And we're twinning today.
I'm your host, Marcia Mignot, and with me is my co-diva.
Is Dana. Can you speed this up a little bit? Let's get to these topics.
Co-diva.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to get to the topics that quick? She's in a hurry. She says she missed y'all so much.
Yes, they want to know.
That she's like, let's get the show on the road.
They want to know what we thinking.
They want to know what you're thinking.
All day.
No, they don't. They think they want to know. All right. So, as usual, ladies and gentlemen, I know you missed us, and we are back with the intellectual funny.
What'd I tell you about saying that?
Oh, I'm sorry. You said don't say that? You don't want to give them the funny with the money.
I'm gonna need you to hang up your rap career.
I can rap. I can rap
see it.
gifts too. I can rap gifts.
I want to hear you rap right quick.
No, I'm not
Right, let's
rapping.
wrap this up.
I will not dignify her with any rapping. Thank you. Can you tell we're not responsible for the things we're going to say?
Or do we believe anything that Marcia said?
No, ma'am. That would be you.
That's probably true.
You don't believe Dana if her tongue came notarized.
I like that. But wait, if it was notarized, I'd be like, tug action. I probably shouldn't have did that.
We do not own the rights regarding the things we're going to talk about.
Or
you know what? We didn't buy them right season 1, and we're not buying them right season 2.
All day.
Because they're not worth purchasing.
It's for edutainment purposes only.
Oh, my word.
I mean, it only takes like what, 6 months, 32 episodes to get that.
2
She's
seasons?
been practicing.
I've been practicing
all off season.
I've been in the mirror like edu in the mirror. No, it's like pronouncing Kamala's name. Oh, did I say it right?
No,
Okay.
it's Kamala. You still messed that up. Okay, so she'll go back. It'll be season 3 before she
Get her
gets that
name
name correctly. I can't believe she said it right. But please look for our episodes every Wednesday. Make sure you subscribe. Spotify. Apple Podcasts. And Google Podcasts. Be sure to catch us on YouTube each week.
Because that's when we push it
Push it out real good.
Push it
That's
out.
our episodes coming
Real
out
good.
again. Videos
Yes.
if you want to see us. Audio if you want to hear us.
Oop, there it is.
But I'm telling you, you cannot miss all this beauty.
Yes.
All this divaness.
Pretty in pink.
All this pretty in pink if you're not watching the YouTube videos.
Winning.
We have this episode is sponsored by Cutie Nails.
New sponsor.
Cutie Nails and Spa in Midtown is offering manicures, pedicures, facials, and lashes.
Get them lashes.
Spider lashes for some of y'all. Enjoy a spa experience and let the cuties take care of you.
Hey, cutie.
Cutie Nails and Spa.
Yes.
All right. While we were away, we're going to talk about while we were away. Did y'all hear that? Listen. Shh. Pow! That's a slap.
Yes.
Will Smith slapped his career right out of the sky.
Team Jada.
Team Jada. Wait.
What?
You said Team Jada for what?
She a ride or die chick.
So wait. She riding herself and he dying? She riding and he dying? Oh, she riding his career dying.
Probably so.
Let me ask you a question. If I did this on the show, would you jump up and slap the producer?
Yes.
Oh, you would?
Do it. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you said
that's for a different reason.
she said she got a career to ruin, like Will ruined his.
Maybe she wants him to stay at home and just say, baby, I got this. I'm going to take it to the next level on this red table talk. You ain't got to work no more.
Oh, so I ruined your career so that I could blow up mine.
I ruined your career because it's time for you to relax.
Let me ask you a question, though. We just said she ruined his career. Did she really ruin his career? Or did he ruin his own career?
I think that if your wife gives you the signal, you got to stand up.
Do you
and
think
do
that was
something.
the signal?
Yes.
That wasn't just, oh, that's so funny.
Nah, it was the signal. It was the signal. If I give my husband a signal, he better do something.
Let me tell you something.
Because I'm going to question him.
I hope your husband don't go to jail for no signal.
Eh,
That was a crime. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Was it, though?
Let's break it down for the listeners.
Chris Rock didn't even move.
Let me tell you something. That's a crime all day, every day, and twice on Sunday.
Maybe if Chris would have fell on the ground. But
Chris is not going to fall on the ground.
5 shots couldn't drop me. I took it and smiled.
Oh, my word. That's the wrap, and it needs to be wrapped up.
Don't try to take mine.
No,
I said that first.
I'm just using what you said.
No, but yeah, I mean, I get it. It's a crime. But
It's a crime. It is a crime. Let's start there. Now, just because the victim in the crime did not want to prosecute does not make it lesser. Okay?
No crime, no foul.
No. Crime, but
Foul, no crime. No crime. How'd I go?
She-
No harm, no foul. Boom. He wasn't harmed, so it's no foul.
Are you serious? You didn't see the harm in the man's face?
No.
His reputation is ruined?
Whose reputation is ruined?
Chris
Rock's tickets done skyrocket to like.
the prices went up, but
Yes.
his reputation as a male was damaged that night.
No, his
people are calling him the P word and
No.
punk.
No.
Probably the other P word too, but
No. When I saw Chris Rock, his shoes didn't budge. I was like, dang.
No. Chris knows how to take a slap. You can tell. Chris has
he
joked
just be
about
getting slapped all the time?
he's joked about being a fighter like you to get beat up.
First of all, you tried it.
You remember season 1?
Oh, I
He's
didn't.
had fights like you've
Just
had.
because I shared an intimate moment don't mean you gotta hold it against
No, but you know how he took that hit? He took the hit like
All I'm saying
and came
is,
back up to the point where people like me thought it was part of the skit.
right. That's what I'm
But
saying.
for Will getting in his seat and realizing his mistake, and instead of letting his mistake become like a joke, oh man, I'm joking. I hit you? Oh, I didn't even know I connected with his face. It was all part of the skit. It was oh my God, but you can't take your seat. And then start screaming, keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I think Will Smith probably thought it was that slap was like as fake as the punches that they give on these movies.
Look,
so weak.
That slap was real.
It was real.
Because the people in the room
Soft.
said it was
real
loud.
soft. Because he had a microphone on his lapel.
That's correct.
Right, so that's why it sounds a little louder. Like if I clap my hands, it'll sound louder even though it won't be hurtful.
Are you serious?
I
That's
am
like saying
serious.
you in an auto accident. Only the bumper fell off. But that spleen that's broken, we're not going to deal with that because there's not much damage to the car.
I don't see the connection. All I'm saying is that I don't know.
Okay, so let me flip it for you.
Go
Your
ahead.
husband's on the stage. He's about to announce he's a comedian, and he says, hey, over there, G.I. Jane 2 coming near you.
Right.
And somebody walks up to your husband and goes, bap, and slaps him.
Oh yeah,
You're okay with
I'm
that?
I'm out of my seat.
Oh, whoa.
I'm out of my seat.
Whoa.
I'ma push
Slow
you.
down.
I'm out of my
So
seat.
you're not an equal opportunity slapper? You're okay with him Chris Rock not being damaged and there was no big deal about the slap, but if it's your husband getting slapped, you have a problem?
I'm just a better woman than Jada. Or what's Chris Rock's wife's name? Oh, he don't have one. That's why she didn't come out of her seat.
She couldn't. It was live. And she wouldn't.
I
'Cause it
would
would
have
be
came out of my
disrespectful.
I would have came out of my seat.
Let me tell you
I
something.
done came out of my seat for lesser things.
I know. And it had to be put back in your seat. Oh, I'm sorry. It was on the floor. They didn't put you on the seat.
You're such a hater.
And was properly sat.
That never happened. Those facts are not in
Not in
evidence.
evidence? Okay. I think it's wrong. I think we should be focusing on Chris. Oh my God, he exercised such restraint.
Yes.
Such restraint that I don't even think even if we were live, I could exercise, even live. I mean, I don't think I could exercise restraint if it were my spouse, if Chris was my spouse.
That's what I'm saying.
It would have been something going on.
You would have been
backstage.
out your seat.
Yeah, it would have been something going on.
I don't even think.
I don't know if I would have gotten out of my seat because I would have respected the live airing. You understand? Knowing we were live, I probably would respond differently because I wouldn't want to ruin the evening for everybody
Probably
else.
called self-control, something that I do lack. If it's going.
No, you have to understand where
Nah,
there's
lies.
a time and a place.
Oh, you lying because when we was in the library, you was not. You are not. I'm in the library. I'm going to.
No. Had that been the courtroom, I would not have done that.
We was in the courthouse.
In the house, but not the courtroom. We weren't in the courtroom. We weren't
apples
in the
and
courtroom.
oranges.
And to be honest with you, you don't know what I was gonna do. I mean, you never gave an opportunity.
I sure wasn't.
You see what I'm saying? If Jada had jumped up and taken Will and pulled that coat right back to the seat, we would have never known what Will was gonna do when he got to the.
I just was like, I just have a feeling. I know a gangster when I see one. Let's sit you down. You go ahead and sit down, ma'am. But listen, you jump out that chair.
This is the same look that the person who sat me gave me.
Lies. Do not believe the lies that are coming out of these two's
you,
mouths.
You don't understand that the circumstances, the totality of the circumstances would cause you.
Do you think that the Oscars was more like strict than a library and a courthouse?
Yes, because it's a live audience across the world.
You know how many people?
Look, there were only a few people.
It was a lot of people.
No, it wasn't
a lot. It was so crowded.
Okay,
All of the computers
maybe
were filled.
6 people, because that library is very small.
We had to. I know, but it was probably like
It's
6
very
computers
small.
on one side and 6
no,
computers
ma'am.
on the other
4
side.
and 4 max.
You think so?
Yeah, that room is small.
No, I feel like it was more.
No.
I'm gonna give it to you because I'm pretty sure you've been there more than I have.
It may be. I would say maybe 10 people because there were like 2
5
or
on
10,
5
2
on both
libraries. 2 librarians. I'm gonna add the 2 librarians because one person was sitting in the front, one person was sitting in the back, and then maybe 4 people and 4 people. And then
it was a good 12 to 14
and you were
people.
standing, so maybe 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Right, it was a lot of people
So
in there.
I mean, maybe new diva quarters won't know what you're talking about. Maybe the new jurors won't know.
I don't even think
what's
the
going
old
on.
diva quarters know that this one right here was about to throw down in the court.
Facts, not in evidence. Okay.
All I'm saying, point being, is that you talk a good game when you say, "Oh, I would have looked at the circumstances, and I would have probably thought I should not do." No, ma'am, I saw you jump off a GP, so that's what I'm saying.
No.
That's the point.
No. I don't think that I jumped up like that. I think my getting up was misconstrued and overreacted to.
Okay, well, let's reenact it. Because this one was like, "Let me tell you something." Sit your ass down. That's how you was like. That's what you was
I didn't
saying.
get that mad.
I got scared for
all
that
right, so
person.
let's tell our audience what we're talking about.
Okay.
We don't want it to be an inside joke.
Okay.
All right, so there was a court experience where we were negotiating a case. We're at the courthouse and we're just busy all day long trying to resolve this matter. We're trying to resolve this matter. We go back and we say, "Do we have an agreement?" And they're like, "Oh, we'll do this. And we'll go back and we'll type up the agreement. We came back and we're like, what is the agreement? And we're like, "Okay, this is the agreement." No, they want to change it. So it became frustrating because the other side of the case kept telling us what they would agree to orally. We kept going back to the library and typing up what they said they had agreed to. And every time we got it on paper and took it back to them, they would be like, "Oh, no, we want some changes to it."
Right.
So that became frustrating because we started the morning off at 9 a.m., which is when court starts. And we assumed we should be out of there by lunchtime.
Right.
Unfortunately, because of the constant moving target of their negotiations, we were there late. We were there after lunch.
Right.
And when we went back to the law library, because we had to start using 2.
Now this
No. We were
it's my
using 2.
turn.
We
It's
were
my
using
turn.
2 law libraries.
Right.
Remember?
But
We
you
went
s-
downstairs
you need
initially.
To stop at a lunch. You got to stop at lunch. So lunch happened.
No, the court broke for
we
lunch.
didn't-
But we didn't
go
get
to
lunch.
Right. But when we were in the elevator, because he didn't know where you went, me and another young lady was in the elevator, and he was in there, and he was like, "Where did she go? Did she just go to get lunch? Oh, and that's just so disrespectful. Don't you think it's so disrespectful for her to just leave and not do her work? So he was just gassing. I said, don't you think it's disrespectful to say this to her employees rather than to say it directly to her? So I was gassing him up. If you have a problem with it, you should say it to her. And I guess something in his head said, I will.
Good idea.
Good idea. So with that being said, when we walked past, he said something else. And I told him, let me tell you something, Barry. We won't say his last name because I don't really remember.
I don't either.
But I said, Barry, you better take your white privilege and get out of here. Something along those lines. And he just spinned and stormed off. And then we went into
no, we were in the library. I was in the library.
Then
you came into the library.
Me and the other young lady, we went into the library.
Which I'm hard working.
Yeah,
I'm just
typing.
Let's get it in.
Away.
Let's get it in. Let's resolve this. Yeah. These parties need us to be finished with this case.
Working hard.
Working, just
at the
sweating. No lunch.
You're
no
lunching,
lunch.
Right?
Hello,
working
no
hard.
lunch. And now I'm getting accused of going to lunch
while
I'm still busy trying to make the changes that you're requesting back and forth. So when old boy comes into the law library and says, well, if you wanted to go to lunch, you were so disrespectful. Next time you're going to take a lunch break, you could tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
And I had it up to here.
So what you do?
So I was going to greet him. And I said, sir. No, he said about outside. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He said, we could just, I said, what do you do? We can take this outside.
Yeah, he was like,
that's
we can take this outside.
That's where
and then
I decided to say, okay, where outside would you?
Oh, no, lies. So
why does none of our memories?
Because I'm about to put in some stuff that I think I remember. So when he was like,
it don't have to be true.
You didn't have to go to lunch and all of this. And then the librarian was like, you guys, it's a little too loud, because she could see that it was an argument. And that's when he was like, we can take this outside. And then that's when you were like, and she stood up. And what'd you say?
I don't remember.
You know what? She was like, let me tell you something. As she was getting up, face is all frowned up. And I said, I just took her shoulder and I just pushed her down like, I got this, because I didn't have a law license to lose. And she's a good attorney, so I know she would have gotten me out by the end.
You said, sir, you cannot want to fight women.
No, I'm not saying.
You can't fight
women. I'm narrating. You got to let me.
I thought you was filling in what you thought you remembered.
No. This is the narrated. In my head, I'm like, I got this. She don't need to lose her law license, and she's a good attorney, so I'll be fine.
I'll take this one.
I'll take this one for the team.
I've been on the floor before. I don't mind.
Shut up. I should have let her get beat up. So then I said,
did you say let me get beat up? Okay.
I said, we are ladies. We are women. You don't tell no one you're going to take this outside. That's because I'm from the hood. So when you tell somebody,
let's go outside,
it's going down.
No, what was funny is his facial reaction was like,
so
I'm not trying to go outside.
He was like,
I'm not one of,
he was
floored. He was scared.
It's like, we're women. You don't tell us to take this outside.
He was scared.
And then the librarian, she said, I was about to take my
shoes off and my earrings and get my Vaseline.
She was a black woman.
She was.
Because we all thought
he wanted to fight.
Right.
It didn't make sense.
Why did we even think that?
Because he said, let's take this outside. I think it was the tone.
It's a cultural thing.
I think it was the tone.
You can't tell no black women, let's go outside.
No.
1, 2, meet me outside.
Whether
it's going
woman
down.
or not, don't tell no black person.
Don't tell no black person, we can take this outside.
I think it was just a loss in translation.
Oh, it probably was.
Well, we translated it.
I think.
Oh, he was lost once we translated.
He was talking about he sure was lost once we translated. I think he was like outside of the that's what he said. I mean outside of the library. Sir, we're not. If we go outside or outside of the library, you cannot be like that, sir. We are ladies. We're not gonna fight you. It's inappropriate.
We did. He was done. I think he quit practicing law.
He did. You did tell me that. He said, I think that was his last case.
I can't do this. Oh my These God. Ladies. That was fun.
In retrospect, let me tell you, that was like the that was like the second, man, we've been into so many things because the second week I started working, there was a whole nother case, but I was probably there for what, about a year or so when that happened?
I don't know.
That was Tiara's.
That was her first day.
That was her first day.
Yeah, that was her first day. So
the other
person's
we was
first
about
day.
to fight on the first day of somebody else's.
But you know what? I don't think I would slap anybody at Oscars. I think had Chris not been on the global stage, I think he has it in him to respond.
I don't.
I just think the global stage made him say, you know what? I just got this.
Well, yeah, I think Chris is different. I think Chris decided not to respond, and that was good of him to decide that. However, I do believe that you would have done something differently. I believe, like, in the courtroom, no, I don't think you would have, laid your hands on that attorney. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's too far.
But
That's
because
too far.
I was new to this industry.
That's too far. I think I have too much knowledge of the law
Yeah.
to not wait until I was hit first. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to physically assault me, and then I'm defending myself.
Yeah.
But I don't see assaulting anybody.
No, they ain't
I don't
gonna. They ain't gonna assault me. I'm gonna take it like a.
Oh Lord,
that's
you're gonna be shucking and jiving. Okay.
Is that what a tile does?
Excuse me?
So you're gonna take it like
What?
a tile?
He said,
I don't even know what you're talking
Like
about.
carpet?
Uh,
Like a rug?
oh,
You're gonna
take it
take it
like
like
a-
a rug?
Are you saying that I'm lying? Is that what are you calling me a liar?
No, I'm just seeing.
What are you saying?
How
he's
you're
just
gonna,
saying like your fighting skills. You like.
I'm just wondering how
taking
you
it like
no,
a
you're,
carpet?
you're like dodging. So I was like, oh, so you're like, you're doing it like
like
Again,
a carpet.
you're trying
I
to,
tell you all
you're
the
trying
time,
to
sir.
avoid feet like carpet does.
I tell you all the time.
She would take it like
leave the funny to the professionals.
Look, you would take it like the tiger, just lay out right there on your chest.
None
That's
of
a
this.
gator?
It's
What is that, a gator?
yes, it is an alligator.
She would
Because I'm
take
from
it like
Detroit
a
and we
gator.
stay gatored up, honey.
Oh, is that what it means?
More so shoes, but I'm just gonna go with it. We stay gatored up.
Gator.
Yeah, gator.
Oh. So I saw that University of Georgia sign one time when they were playing Florida Gators, and the sign said, "Your mama's a dog, but your mama may be a gator, but your daddy's a dog." Get it? Okay.
Like Georgia versus the Gators
like
or something.
she too slow. Never mind.
I'm a little slow on
Listeners,
that. I'm gonna go with that.
we're gonna go with that.
Okay.
But Chris Rock, kudos to you on that story. You behaved appropriately.
He did.
Way to respond to violence with non-violence. Boop. We're gonna drink to that.
We will drink to that. But
Ooh, that's
So-
delicious.
if let's say we were not at the Oscars, right? And we were at like any random place and some man just disrespected you. And you looked at your husband like, what you expect him to do?
No, I don't expect him to fight. I don't expect him to start a fight.
Okay.
I expect him to finish one if one gets started.
Probably for me, if I get disrespected,
You would start it? You would start a fight over words?
It depends on what the words are.
I don't care what the word is.
I'm not gonna lie. It depends.
I mean, sticks and stones
Six and stuff.
will break my bones.
That sounds good.
But words will.
in theory,
Words can hurt me, but not physically.
words can't even hurt
Words
me.
can hurt me emotionally. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm-
So if somebody you care about says something to you that's
No, I'm
derogatory.
talking about no, not somebody you care about. Somebody you don't.
well,
care
if I
about.
don't care about you, your words really don't matter.
you ain't gonna have like at least a verbal altercation.
Could care. No, if we're talking, we can go all day with
But
words.
see, that's what I'm saying.
As long as you don't raise that hand, because you're gonna pull back a nub.
Okay. I'm just.
Oh, you feel like drinking? You said, I just need a drink. You said I just need a drink. Well, let me just drink to yo.
You know, I don't
mean-
like. Quiet as it's kept.
Not fighting.
I'm
Unless
quiet as
somebody
it's kept.
physically assaults you. I don't know you to be anybody that's going to physically assault somebody. Will Smith walked up there and assaulted
We
the
gotta
man.
give him a pass.
Who, Will?
Yeah.
No,
Why we
no,
don't
we're
give
not
him a
drink.
pass?
He's not getting no drink for that. No. Violence? Diva Court does not, under any circumstances, condone violence. Okay? So that's not going to work.
No, I'm not saying not a pass. Like it was okay for him to do it. More so like a pass, like he don't really be in no mess for real.
And that's why he should have sat down on the biggest night of his life, where he was about to be awarded for all the hard work he had put into his career. And that's another thing that should have kept him seated, despite what was said. I felt like if he had handled it in his speech, Jada, I love you, thick or thin, slim or fat, bald or hair, I love you. And we've endured some hurtful things, baby, but I still love you. And I want to let you know, unconditional love. Something to make Chris Rock look bad.
You need to get in the spin business.
Oh, is that what?
But I mean,
he could have handled that in his speech.
what I'm saying is that all he got to do is drop mental health.
No,
as
that
his
didn't work.
reason.
That didn't work.
He should though.
That didn't work.
Because he's been such a good guy. It's something going on.
That didn't work.
It's something going
The
on.
rumors have it that he's trying to be Tupac.
I don't get that. What rumors did you get? Where you get that from?
There are some people that are alleging that she was in love with Tupac and that Tupac had a bad boy image and Will has always been the clean cut, decent kind of guy and the non-violent, non-fighter kind of person.
I think
especially when his speech had something about being called to protect people. I'm like, called by who?
Because his dad, what happened? Did you read the book?
The book does. His mom's experiencing domestic violence, right? And him waiting till he's winning an Oscar to respond to that, that's a long time.
No, but what I'm saying is that, all right, so the history, if we go back a little bit, the way he raised his children. Did you see the movie King Richard?
Yes.
All right, you see the movie with King Richard. You see how he protected his kids. He made sure.
But he never started any fights.
That's not what I'm saying.
Even when people were saying things to King Richard, he never assaulted anybody.
That's not what I'm saying. The way he raised Serena, Venus, and all her sisters is nothing like the way Will Smith raised his kids. So probably watching that movie and just seeing how he could probably have did some things differently, because there's a lot of family issues with the son and the daughter and everything they got going on. And then just with the affair, even though the entanglement with the entanglement and how that occurred. When another man can come into your marriage, you're not protecting your family. And then having the trauma of when he thought he should have protected his mom from his dad, he didn't do that. In his book, he calls himself a coward. So all of these things building up, and I just think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And then probably the things we don't know that's happening within the relationship. And so with all of that being said, I think it was just a buildup.
There's no way to justify the unjustifiable.
Well, that's people. That's
unjustifiable. Let me tell you something. If Will was gonna go off, he would have gone off when Jada was tangled or entangled. That's where I would have expected a slap. You sleeping with my wife? Oh, I got something for you.
I understand.
So don't come up here because I made a G.I. Jane joke and want to hit me, buddy. How about you hit the guy that's really doing more to your wife in terms of her reputation than I would ever do with a G.I. Jane joke?
No, I doubly understand.
So you're misplaced. And what were you misplaced because you were drinking? What, you snorted something in the limo?
What I'm saying is that it's just this buildup. It's just this buildup that he was doing.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because he was laughing.
Exactly.
So there was no buildup.
So
if his reaction was like that from the get-go, I would go with that justification.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's funny. Oh, it's not funny to you? Oh, okay. So let me go up here and do something about it.
The way that I think Jada perceives him in his head, and then with everything that he has experienced, you can't tell when somebody gonna click or snap or whatever.
So if she precipitated it, that means she needs to be canceled, because they're shooting to cancel her season 5. Cancel culture is after listeners. Cancel culture is after. Rumor has it is after Red Tabletop.
I'm so sick of people canceling stuff.
I don't believe in canceling people.
Just stop watching it.
I can disagree with you, and I can stop watching what you're producing if I don't like you.
When they canceled the baby, that made that one song horrible. All right, tonight it's like you. When they took him off that song, I was like, why they keep playing this? This song sucks. Don't it suck?
Is.
It did suck, right?
A horrible song without him.
No. It's a good song. his inclusion is necessary.
Made the song.
Because it changes the flow and the feel of the song because it's a disco era flip, right? Trying to bring disco into modern a little bit.
Yeah.
And adding the hip hop just brings this solidifies the sound.
And that's how they
with it empty, it sounds like an echo. You're like,
it sounds like a typical song that black people wouldn't be listening
Nobody.
to. They would just bypass it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you bring us in to make your song hot, and then something happens, and now you disregard us.
I don't subscribe to the cancel culture.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to it, and one of the reasons I don't subscribe to it is because I can separate the art from the artist. I said the same thing with R. Kelly last season. I did. I said the same thing. I was like, that man produced all those songs way before.
But his songs speak to his pedophilia.
No, his songs are not the only songs that speak to stuff like that. So if you're canceling his songs, you have to cancel everybody's songs. And what did Dave Chappelle say? Empathy goes both ways. If you're going to have empathy for the rock group, you're going to have empathy for Kool and the Gang. If you're going to have empathy for Teddy Pendergrass, turn off the lights. You got what I want.
He wasn't telling that to a 14-year-old girl.
No, we don't know who he was telling it to. He didn't put an age limit on there. So my point is, if those songs are supposed to be...
Aaliyah didn't put an age number on there either, because she said, age ain't a number. So there's that.
No, but my point is, you can't cancel these people. You can just stop watching what you don't like.
Right. And that's what I did with R. Kelly. I just don't really listen to him.
I won't be watching Jada's show if I disagree with who I think she is. Now, I have to be careful because she could have guests on her show that can contribute positively into somebody's life.
She got
regarding
a good show.
Their experiences.
The show is good. It's a good show. I'm not going to not watch it. I think it's a good show.
Well, the good news is I wasn't watching it in the first place.
Well, there you go. I really wasn't watching either, but then when the stuff happened, I was like, ooh, let me see what this Jada Smith.
Well, that's the same thing that happened to Chris. People started buying up the tickets and the prices started jumping because they wanted to hear him talk about his experience. I think he's going to do a sit-down interview. Is the moral of the story
that all press is good press?
No.
That's not. We're not going to go with that?
A trumpet.
Is that what?
Is that a trumpet?
Trump, let me tell you, Trump changed the world. You could just do so much differently.
He exposed.
There's
a difference.
No, but the way you
expose what was already covered up. You understand?
He did do that, but he also,
because for him to have changed it, he would have to create it, and he didn't create it.
He did create to be able to say whatever you want and have no consequences.
He didn't create that.
He did create that. Well, who did then?
It's already there. There were people out there that was saying whatever.
Couldn't nobody. Trump said the most crazy things, and still, I can shoot somebody in middle Manhattan in broad daylight, and y'all still gone. And they sure did.
Did we talk about a mayor who got elected while on crack?
On crap?
Crack.
I understand
that's
that.
Whack, according to Whitney.
I understand that. But he was good for the people. He already proved. No, but Trump wasn't necessarily good for the people. No. Before he even got into office, he was able to do and say whatever. Marion Barry, he proved himself, then became, and while he was a crackhead, he was still doing good for DC. So they was like, well, he's very efficient.
My point is,
so what if he's not on crack? He gonna be even better.
You had it in you all along.
You had the crack in you all along.
Somebody just exposed you or helped you become comfortable with doing that. Because what he couldn't change is people who are ethical and professional and courteous and kind. Those people he didn't flip. The people who started behaving like that in order to become powerful or to get elected and all this other foolishness.
And they've been winning.
But they've had it in them all along.
And they won.
My point is for you to be comfortable. It's like somebody say, oh, I only use the N-word when, I'm in a certain... No. For you to have been comfortable, you use it at any point or time.
He changed politics. He still changed politics because even though it also exposed it, and then other people are now as blatant and as reckless with their tongue as he is.
I think he's ruining the country.
I think he's making it what it really is. Trump is exactly what America is. Wow. I'll do what I want. I'll be who I want. I'll say what I want, and I don't care. That is America. This is America. That's what it's always been. So
why does that not work for
that's a good thing.
People of color with the police?
Well, you got to know your role, know your place.
Oh.
Gotta know your place.
So they told us we have a place.
We got a place.
That's a racist comment.
It is what it is.
But it's racist.
I know it might be, but it is what
It's
it
racist.
is. But
it
it's
would
true.
be fine if people of color just stayed in their place. Is that what the diva just said?
The example is with the guy in Michigan who is from the Congo, has no language that is the language is there's a language barrier. There's a lack of understanding how to interact with the police. He's just fresh off the boat. That's not bad, right?
Woo!
I mean, fresh off the plane then. Fresh off the plane. You know, I mean, come on. Why are we getting offended off of that?
Oh.
I was off the ship a long time ago.
Oh,
but
you were?
anyways,
I
yes.
don't think you know what the ship looked like.
It was a big old...
You must be talking about a cruise.
no.
Carnival don't count.
But, you know, the police officer
Royal
is
Caribbean
expecting
don't count.
him to know how to act. He pulled him over by the police. He gets out the car.
Let me tell you what the problem is. That goes to an overall lack of training and lack of ability to deal with diversity.
No, that goes with
the
white
has
officer
to be able
believing
to
that he
see-
don't know his place.
No. That goes to the white officer not being properly trained on how to interact with a suspect or a subject. You understand? You pull somebody over for a traffic violation and you shoot him in the back of the head. Listeners, what are we talking about? Michigan. Is that what I type?
Michigan.
I text Michigan.
My home state. She done Michigan.
I text to her Michigan police. Okay, Michigan police officers that shot the refugee in the back of the head. That's what we're talking about. That's the topic we've transitioned to. But my point is, if we had properly trained officers, that officer would know how to subdue him. You understand? Without believing that his only option was to take out his weapon and shoot him in the back of the head. All right, listeners, I know some of y'all going to jump off. He tased him first and the taser didn't work. I understand that. But my point is, there's law enforcement in certain countries that don't even carry a gun. You understand? And they have to be trained on how to subdue a suspect. Teach this man how to subdue a suspect. Because there's positions you can hold people in their neck that causes their arms to go in certain positions. Teach them that.
Or you know what they should teach? Like, stop putting them against someone who's smaller than them. When you're in the training combat, put you against someone who's bigger than
Show
you.
him how to take down a big guy. Show him how to take down a strong guy.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Teach them. Let them practice that. But all they do is go to the range, empty a clip. They're getting more hours of training on emptying a clip than dealing with the general public. So what you have is an officer not going, I wonder if he understands what I'm saying. You automatically assume, oh, go to plan B, plan A, plan B, plan C.
Because he believes that he had a place.
And where was it? In the grave? Because that's where the place is. That's what I'm saying. We cannot subscribe to that mentality.
I'm pretty sure
that we have a place.
I'm pretty sure I understand that. But when you don't subscribe to that mentality, or you're not aware of that mentality, that's how you get.
That's why I don't like labels. We had a discussion about labels. That people want to say, all right, you had an experience. You had an experience. Share with the listeners your experience regarding your client. What your client said to you.
I didn't. No,
yeah, you had an experience that ended up leading to a story regarding labels. What was that experience?
Oh, well, my client I'm in a majority white salon when I'm, doing my job. I'm in a majority white salon. And my client was like, oh, do you only do white people hair? And I was like, no, I do everyone's hair, but they do have someone who is, and I was about to say a colored. I don't know why. Because I got so caught up in either saying black, trying to be politically correct to say either black or POC, because they're not. Everybody who's black is not a person of color, and everybody who's a person of color is not black. And at the salon, I get, pretty much all of the black people, but if they do have a little bit more textured hair and they are of a different race, I get them too. So in my head, it just was like the coloreds
you
come.
were going straight to the colored label.
When the coloreds come.
Yeah. You see
I
what I
get them
mean?
too.
So my point is, take the labels off. Take the labels off.
You have to have labels.
And no, you don't need labels. And here's why.
When you're calling out a suspect, I'm not going to label him.
No. That's a description. That's different. A description is different from a label.
Well,
because guess what?
When I said colors, it was a description in my head.
No. It was a label. So here's what I mean by that. Description would be 5'6", right? Mm-hmm. Brown skin, black pants, red shirt. That doesn't fit everybody. Everybody's not a suspect when you give me
You think if you tell a white man police officer or a white woman police officer, brown skin, that he is going to differentiate between Miguel and you?
That's a whole nother issue. That is a training issue regarding color prejudice. You understand? So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about labels and descriptions.
It's still a label though.
No, it's not. I'm talking about label and I'm talking about description.
So you don't think they should say black?
The thing about it is we get so caught up in coloreds, black.
Do people say colored still?
People of color, Asian versus Indian versus, there's African American versus, when we get caught up in the labels, we give people an excuse or a diversion away from how you're treating people. So if you're treating people right, you don't have to worry about what label is on them. So my point is, if you come in for a job, and I'm not so caught up in whether you're a black female or you're a black male or if you're Asian.
Your name gonna give that away.
No.
For the most part.
That's my point. I don't have to be uncomfortable with hiring you because now I have to worry about, if I hire her, do I have to say POC? Do I have to say people of color? Do I have to say colored? Like, what are they calling them these days? Hey, call me by my name. So if you focus on my name and focus on my qualifications, then you can get away from those labels. I don't like being labeled. I don't want to be labeled conservative. I don't want to be labeled liberal. I want to be labeled.
You don't like being labeled black woman?
I want to be labeled intelligent.
That's still a label.
If you got to put something on me, if you decide I can't be brandless and you want to brand me intelligent.
But that's gonna be all through society. When you in politics, there's labels. Everything is labeled. Like they're never gonna get away from labels. And even if they threw out labels, it's not gonna stop you from being prejudiced.
But if you focus on treating people right, on how you treat people, you'll find that at least you can make some type of change in the population that's going to get away from, I said the right thing. I called her people of color, but I didn't hire her, although she was the most qualified candidate.
Well, if you don't call me people of color, you're still not going to, I don't think the label is going to change.
Speaking of most qualified candidates, a black female has been nominated and confirmed for the United States.
And she definitely didn't want to label what a woman was.
First of all, she knew that was a setup. And if you know a setup when you see one, you get up. You don't get set up.
Get up. You don't get set up.
So she said, I will get up from this interview without getting set up. Why would a woman ask another woman what the definition of woman is? First of all, if she's a conservative, she's not representing the LGBTQ community, right?
Is she conservative? Right?
Of course.
Who's a conservative?
The Republican to ask her that.
Republican senator. I thought you were talking about the...
No. The Republican senator who asked Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson the question during the confirmation hearing, what is the definition of a woman? Coming from another woman, that should not have happened, first of all. If I were to check her, Senator.
Why wouldn't that happen?
Why is she asking that question other than to set her up regarding any type of
a social
cases? Regarding type cases, because remember, when you're getting confirmed, you're not permitted to discuss in your confirmation hearing any potential or pending cases before the Supreme Court, because you are going to be hearing them. So you're not allowed to give an opinion in public regarding a case that you plan on sitting on.
But she didn't say, I can't answer that because there are pending cases. She didn't say that.
Well, the thing about it is she probably does not know. And she should have. That was one of the responses she could have provided.
Right.
Thank you, Senator.
So you just assuming.
Thank you, Senator, for that question. However, unfortunately, because as a potential justice, I cannot opine on a matter that may come.
But she didn't go in that direction, though.
No, she's slick. That's why she asked you what the definition of woman was. You understand? And now you force the senator to ask a different question. Go there, ma'am. Go there, so the rest of the world can hear you. Because you didn't go there. You stayed behind and hidden through.
Right, but the thing is that she didn't answer the question. She scapegoated instead of either, answering it in a way that you just said it. So now you're like, it just, to me, like, I loved everything about her until she said that, and she answered
so
like that.
The problem is that people who are not really familiar with what she can say and what she can't say, and when you're not in the back room regarding what she can say and what she can't say, you don't understand why she would avoid a particular question, especially
I think
a question.
it was more political. It wasn't necessarily that there's anytime there was a pending case, she said, there's a pending case, I can't discuss it.
Right, because remember, pending cases that she already knows is up before the court
Right.
is a pending case. But if a case is in the pipelines, it's not there yet. It's at the federal level, and you know it's coming, but it's not there. She can't call that in good conscience a pending case because it's not pending.
Right, but
Because remember, they have to determine whether they're going to accept the case or not.
It's also, we have to weigh the fact that the political party that's holding you up for this particular position are very liberal, and they go all the way to super extreme liberal to moderate liberal. So when you answer that question like that, to me, it wasn't about whether or not it was a pending case, because everything else you were very specific on. Even when she was talking about that child molestation thing, the way she laid it out, it made sense to me.
She has to lay it out that way. Guess what? It's a case she actually heard.
I know, but she didn't lay out her answer. It's just, to me, it was just like, Kamala saying, there's no racism. Thank you.
Horsey, I am narcissist.
Who's calling? I don't know.
We're taking calls this season. So if you want to call in,
did Kamala call?
We're going to give you a number, though. We're going to have to give you a number. Episode 2.
But, when she came in and said, there's no racism in America, to me it was the same.
That's not what she said.
Whatever. It still sound like that. So it still was the same.
Her question was, let me clarify.
Let me scapegoat. Let me dodge this question.
America a racist country?
America's not a racist
and
country.
She had to say no because she was the vice president.
Right. So she
could have said, if she had elaborated properly, like I said in season 1, for all you season 2 newers, go back and look at the episodes. They're out there for you. She could have said, I don't believe America overall is a racist country. However, I do believe that racism exists.
Right, but she didn't say that. And so, just like she was the vice president, so that's why she didn't say it, the Supreme Court Justice, Brown Jackson, didn't say her answer because she wanted to be the Supreme Court Justice, Brown Jackson, which I get, I get that. I get it. But she still could have came with a better answer, because to me, it's like, come on. Medically, a woman is X, Y, and Z. But socially, the definition of woman is changing depending on what you think a woman is. That could have been very simple. Whatever you think a woman is, a social definition.
I'm not a medical
right,
provider.
But it don't take a medical professional that when I have a baby and I'm changing the baby's diapers, I know if it's a boy or I know if it's a girl. It doesn't take a medical professional to tell me that. So that, to me, that just wasn't a good answer. And I like her, and she was laying out the law, and she was slapping people down with her words. And when she gave those dramatic pause, I knew what she said. Let me take this earring off for a second. I did that on purpose. I knew what she was thinking. I definitely knew what she was thinking. Every black woman in America knew what she was thinking.
I saw her husband crying before they started asking her questions.
He just stopped being weak for Will Smith slap him.
No, he knew a lynching was coming.
The other thing before, first of all, smooth transition. But the other thing before, I just wanted to put that in, is that, like, the thing is, we know that question is coming down the pipeline, right? And again, the medical terms of male and female. So when you ask woman and those terms are blended together, it's a really confusing thing that you have to like.
It's not confusing.
No,
it only became confusing in the last 10 years.
About male and female. They didn't say. She didn't say what is a female. She said what is a woman.
So can you tell me what a woman is? What is a woman?
I don't know these days.
That's exactly what she should have said. No. That's the point.
No, I'm just saying. So you just, because you want to avoid, like, what kind of question is that? Yeah. I don't know how to answer that question.
Loaded.
But that's the answer. It's like, even I can't tell you what it means to be a woman, because it means so many different things.
I can tell you what female is.
when you're before we transition, this is the last thing. When you're wow, like that one.
That's a woman.
That's a good one too. The last thing is you just want to. You don't want to give anybody any fodder in any direction.
Correct.
But you gave me fodder though.
No, not really.
Yeah, you did.
You're reaching.
I'm not, because I would have just said. But first of all, her answer, medical, I'm not a medical doctor, was the worst answer she could have said. The worst.
She was not thinking on her feet when she got to that.
Thank
one,
you.
So I will concede that.
That's all. We can drink to
All
that.
right,
That's all I'm saying.
Feet thinking is called.
I love her. Like, I'm not taking nothing away from her.
Take a sip. That was a gulp.
It was. Yeah. I'm not taking nothing away from her.
She's more than qualified.
She's more than qualified.
She's more than qualified.
That
than
does not take a
50 something other justices.
That question
that
does not take anything away from her. But I just want someone to just stand up and be like,
stand your ground. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Stand your ground. I think when people are put in a position where they want a position of authority so badly that sometimes they don't think on their feet. Yeah. They're not crafty in responding to questions that they know are set up questions or loaded questions or questions that are intended to steer them in a particular direction to cause uproar, uprising, and disruption. So when you get a disruptive question, my strategy is to answer the question I wanted you to have asked me. Yeah. And that's what I would answer. So I would say the definition of a woman depends. Okay?
And woman is not synonymous to female?
It depends. Who you asking?
That would have been a good answer. It depends on who you asking. Well, what's your definition?
Mine? I'm not a doctor, so I have not created a definition. I could tell you what Webster's definition is, and I can tell you what I respond to.
That's what you should have said. I don't create the definitions, but I can refer you to Webster.
Hey, I can refer you to Webster.
The bomb.com
definition
of
woman.
I, as a woman, would have been like, yeah, don't try to come for me, because I ain't sent for you. And then I, as a transgender woman, would have been like, she had my back, I think. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, that would have covered everybody. Like, you know, that would have covered everybody. Let me refer you to Webster. You don't know what a woman is? Let me refer you to Webster.
Yeah. Let's look that up. We can look it up together, Senator.
The question.
Thank you.
The answer could have been, you've been in this lifetime all this time and you don't know what a woman is? Let me refer you to Webster. That would have been
someone that looks like you, maybe. They would have been like, you don't get the job. You don't get the appointment. But
she wasn't going to vote for her anyway.
My President Joe Biden.
What is mentally
speaking of
incapacitated?
Justice Brown
is mentally incapacitated.
Speaking of Judge
is
Brown
not gonna
Jackson's
make it.
Husband crying because he knew the lynching was coming, my President Joe Biden has made lynching a federal crime.
2022.
After 200. I don't care what
2022.
He was still in office. He's still.
I'm not taking that away from him.
Law.
I said 2022 is
you
his year.
Said he was not going to do nothing
in the year of 2021.
You didn't put a year on it.
The bet said that he wouldn't do anything by December.
Ma'am.
By the end of the year, he still ain't gonna do nothing. I didn't lose it.
And
I didn't lose it.
We had our listeners
Juneteenth
vote.
Don't count.
We had our listeners vote,
lynching,
and you lost.
Lynching. I don't care about them listeners that didn't vote for me.
The listeners
lynching,
said you lost.
And the lynching law and the Supreme Court justice is good for black people.
Are two
That's completely different from June. How about Joe Biden didn't give us Juneteenth? You giving this white man too much credit.
On a roll with promise keeping. Juneteenth is a holiday, a federal holiday.
He probably don't be knowing what he be signing.
Lynching is now a federal crime. And Justice
that's all, folks.
Brown Jackson is sitting on the next time.
Documents. I'm supposed to sign what? Where I'm supposed to sign at? Sir, are you going to read it? No, I'm not going to read it.
Ever. Put your hands together. I'm going to need a producer to put some hands together for President Joe.
How about for
Biden.
Supreme Court Justice Brown Jackson?
She couldn't have got it without Biden.
That's for Supreme Court Justice Brown Jackson.
That's
She
for-
couldn't got it if she couldn't have received it if she didn't have the education, the forethought, the intelligence,
we
and all of those things.
are qualified. We have to be to get selected. But even when we're qualified, there's a lot of presidents, including my favorite, President Obama, that didn't select a black female.
It always takes a white man to come and save us, huh?
Well, he's been putting us in peril, so why not save us?
I'll drink to that.
And that's season 2, episode 1 of Diva Courts.
We got to drink twice.
Please look for our episodes each Wednesday, and don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe.
Find us on Spotify,
Spotify.
Apple Podcasts,
Apple.
and Google Podcasts. Be sure to catch the videos on YouTube each week.
Push 'em. Push 'em. Push them out real good.
Subscribe.
Please do.
And we'll what?
We'll drink to that. Boop. Oh, check Cutie Nails out.
Go find a cutie at Cutie Nails and Spa.
Yes, the description is in
The link.
There you go.
The link.
Where is it at?
link.
Producer?
In the link.
It's in the link. But where's the link?
You said it backward. The link is in the description.
The link is in the
link is
description.
in the
Not the
description.
description's in
We still working on that. The description is
Is
in the link. But really, the link is in the description.
So
Can we drink to that now?
We can do to that.
Whoop, there it is.
You go.
Might as well take it down.
See you next time. We got to drink to that.